Internet problem. Ma'am, can you tell me the name of the chapter we're doing?
Tissues. We are
Yes, ma'am, I got it.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we are going to do is we are going to study plant plant tissue. Inside that there is meristematic tissue and then there is permanent tissue. Okay. Then we are going to study animal tissue. There after that there are four types: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue, and nervous tissue. Okay. So now we'll start with tissues. What are tissues?
Tissues are substances that connect and make up organs and they're made out of cells.
Yeah, group of cells. Group of cells having a common origin and performing same function. They are tissues. Okay. So tissues are made up of group of cells. We in the last chapter we have studied about cells, right? Cells. Then group of cells, that is tissues. In this chapter we are going to learn about tissues and uh, first we'll talk about the plant tissue. Inside that plant tissues, right? There is meristematic tissue. These are young cells. Okay, they have capacity to divide. These are dividing cells. What do you mean by division? I mean cell division. These tissues in plants, the cells which divide,
Ma'am, they
they are
help in reproduction basically.
no, not reproduction. I'm talking about mitosis, not meiosis. They increase the numbers. So these are meristematic tissues.
Ma'am, I didn't get it. What do you mean then? What do you exactly mean by dividing?
I mean the cells, right? The not the zygote division. I mean the growth of cells, right? The number of cells will keep on dividing. That is
Ma'am, so basically it reproduces new cells in the plant.
yeah, new cells, the growth of new cells. So starting the growth will be meristematic tissues only. Okay, and this particular thing will be happening only in the particular area, like uh, s- uh, like in the root, in the stem. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so like it only like it's is it there in all plants?
Yeah, the starting. This is when embryo is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
They after that it grows, right? So the growing tissues, the division of cells, that is meristematic tissues. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
they have capacity to divide. mm, and restricted to the specialized region. That is
What does the last point mean? Restricted to specialized.
particular region. Not all region will be having the capacity to grow in plants. Okay,
Ma'am, like stem and roots, right?
yeah, and they are living. They are living cell, and their wall is thin, and they are undifferentiated. Like undifferentiated meaning, that means they are just dividing. They don't have any particular function.
So then what's the point?
Yeah, after they are dividing, right? Then they will mature.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
They will differentiate into particular functions. Okay, understood? So
Yes,
these
ma'am.
are undifferentiated cells in plants, and they have dense protoplasm, and their nucleus is clearly visible. That is prominent. Okay, and shape of their cells may be spherical, oval, polygonal, anything polygonal, and they do not store food materials. Okay, so because of that, what they won't be having? Can anyone guess?
Ma'am, they don't have vacuoles.
Yeah, why vacuole is not needed, right? Because they are only dividing and they don't need to store food. Okay, understood. And now the classification of this meristematic tissues. There are types. based on the position. Okay, first apical.
Ma'am, when you're saying it does not store food, what do you mean? Like, and then you wrote vacuole. I didn't get it.
Yeah, they don't have that because vacuole main function is to
It's to
store food,
store food.
right? They don't need to store food because their only thing is they are dividing, and they don't need to store food because of that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you tell us all the types of plant tissues?
See,
I'm getting one.
See, plant tissues inside that cells are capable of division. It is meristematic tissue. Inside that there will be apical, intercalary, and lateral. And in the permanent tissue, these are mature cells. Like after they get differentiated and they form permanent tissues. And there are two types: simple and complex. So in simple, there will be single type of cells,
Yes, ma'am.
and here in the complex there will multiple type of cells. So in the simple we have parenchyma, chlorenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Then in the complex we have xylem and phloem. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so based on the position we have apical meristem, okay, and intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. Okay, so these apical meristem are present only in the tips of stems and roots. Okay, and what is its function? It increases length of stem and root.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, we have the intercalary meristem, and this occurs between the mature cell, that is permanent cell. Okay, mature tissues. What do I mean by this? So I talked about this permanent tissue, right? Here, types of tissues. In that we had this permanent tissue. So
Yes.
these tissue will be occurring between the permanent tissues. So what will happen in the grass, right? These grazing cattle they will eat, right? What will happen? There will be growth. Because of the intercalary meristem. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
intercalary meristem. In the node between two specific node, there will be internode. Okay, can you see this? There is node, right? Point in the stem. There is node, and between two nodes, right? This space is called internode. So this intercalary meristem are present there. Okay.
Ma'am,
Mhm.
ma'am, the bump-like structure on stems are known as node.
Yes,
Okay, ma'am.
and between two nodes, that is internode. They regenerate parts. Okay, removed by the cattle.
Ma'am,
Uh-huh.
ma'am, are you telling the characteristics of apical meristem?
No, I'm telling about intercalary meristem.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we have the lateral meristem. Okay. These you can see it here. This is our lateral meristem. Here only it occurs. Intercalary meristem is occurring here, and the apical in the top. And this lateral meristem, what it will do? It will increase the thickness or girth of the stem.
Ma'am, what is that? Thickens off?
Girth.
Ma'am, what is girth is the stem part, right?
No, no, girth is the thickness. In your book, it is given as girth.
Oh,
That
yes, ma'am.
meaning is thickness. Okay, stem or roots. So these are the meristem based on the position. In your book, it is given on all about this thing only. I will give you two more things, that is based on origin and based on plane of cell division. Based on origin, there is primary meristem and secondary meristem. This occurs in the embryo, and this will occur in they will form from new meristem from permanent tissues. by redifferentiation. Advika,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, you asked me, right, about the meristem. So,
Yes, ma'am.
meristem are undifferentiated tissue. Okay. So here, based on the origin, I have given you primary meristem, which occurs in the embryo, the starting point. Okay. And then secondary meristem. After what will happen after these all will happen, right? Apical meristem, intercalary meristem, lateral meristem. This apical and intercalary meristem, right? What they will do, they will keep on growing and they will get differentiated. Huh? Into permanent tissues, and they will function for particular things. And after that, what will happen again if they need to differentiate, and that is called redifferentiation. Okay, so those type of meristem is called secondary meristem. Okay, new meristem from permanent tissue by redifferentiation. And this primary meristem examples are our apical meristem and intercalary meristem. And for this, lateral meristem. Okay, understood? Next,
Yes, ma'am.
understood, right? Next is based on plane of cell division, mass meristem. I'm not writing meristematic tissue. I'm just writing meristem. Okay, mass meristem, plate meristem. You guys have to write meristematic tissue, plate meristem, and rib meristem. These are the three types. So this mass meristem, what will happen here? These cells will divide in all planes. Here, everywhere it is dividing. Okay. So this what will happen? The volume of the cell will increase, and this that's why it is called mass meristem. Okay. And here plate meristem, it will divide into in all planes, in two planes only. Okay, in two planes only. So here the area of the organ will increase, and in the rib meristem only one plane division. Okay, so it will be long like this. That's all. So these are the based on the plane of cell division. We have done about the meristematic tissues. Okay, now first from where I will start? Who is going to start? Arham, what is tissue? I'll ask you tough one, Raji.
Ma'am, what is the question?
What is tissues? What are tissues? Mute, you are mute. Arham.
Ma'am, can I go?
Arham, you are mute. Okay, Sharia.
Ma'am, can I cut that?
Advika, I will ask you tough one.
Yes.
Ma'am, now can you hear me? Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Tissue is a group of cells that have, like similar stuff.
They are similar in structure and they perform same function. Okay,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is tissue. Okay, next, who is going to answer? Shazan. Meristematic tissues.
What, ma'am?
Meristematic tissues. What are meristematic tissues?
Somatic tissues. Ma'am, they are dividing cells.
Yes, they are dividing cells. Advika,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me,
Ma'am, what's the question?
what are meristematic tissues in the plant cell? I mean, in the plants.
Ma'am, can I answer my words if it's okay?
Yes, you can.
Some
What?
meristematic tissues are those tissues in the plant, or like are those tissues present at the plant that like help in production of more cells, and and basically help in the growth of plants.
And
They help
um,
in growth like lengthwise and
mm, Razi,
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about the meristematic tissues.
Ma'am, ma'am, they are dividing cells, and they are restricted to specialized regions. They are,
You saw?
ma'am, they are living cells and are thin-walled,
Yes.
and ma'am, they are indifferent. What you say? Indifferentiable.
What is the special thing about this meristematic tissue?
Special thing?
Because in plants, right, only
Ma'am, they help
meristematic
plants grow.
tissues divide. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Only they divide. Others they don't. Okay, that is the main thing, and they are undifferentiated.
Yes, ma'am. Undifferentiated. Yes, ma'am. I was trying to say that.
Okay, and what about the vacuoles?
Ma'am, vacuoles.
Hmm.
Ma'am, they don't have vacuoles. They are
Yes,
only specialized to divide.
yes. Shazan, based on the position, tell me.
Based on
Uh,
the position,
yeah, based on the position, meristematic tissues are divided into and about their functions.
wait, now I have understood. I haven't understood for that.
What you didn't understand the question?
No, I haven't. I understood the question. I didn't understand the question you asked. Means the definition for all of them. Like there are
Yeah,
three
you just have to tell me the based on the
lateral
based on the
meristematic.
position, meristematic tissues are divided into dash 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 the things, the three things you have to tell, and about them you have to tell.
One is lateral
Hmm?
meristeum, and I know the second one. I'm not getting it.
What's there to get in this? Okay, Arham, tell me Arham.
Ma'am, I got it. Ma'am, I got it. And one is intercalary meristem.
I think Sazan, you didn't write anything this time.
Hello?
No, I haven't
No.
wrote. I wrote for this one. I wrote the
Hello?
last one. I wrote the last
Yeah. Switch on your camera, Shazam. Advika, yeah, tell me, Advika.
Ma'am, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. I was having an internet problem.
Yeah. Based on the position,
Please.
meristematic tissues are divided into which category and write about them.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, on basis of position, it's divided into apical meristematic tissues, intercalary meristematic tissues, and lateral meristematic tissues.
Yes. And
And
about
ma'am,
This
them,
is I what I
yes,
heard.
ma'am. So apical like helps in the growth in the length of the plant, and it's present in the stem and the roots, I think. And
mm,
ma'am, the intercalary, it's present between the mature tissues, and
mm,
it helps in the regrowth of plants because like some of it is ripped by because of the cattle that eat it, and the
mm,
lateral meristematic tissues, ma'am, they like thicken or like help in the growth of the broad like breadth of the plant.
yes, with correct. Very great. Next, we'll talk about the based on origin.
Yes, ma'am.
Who will tell?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Razi.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell
Ma'am,
me.
can you please repeat the question?
Based on the origin, meristematic tissues are divided into which
Ma'am, they
category
are, ma'am, they
and
are,
write about them.
ma'am, they are
Tell
divided.
about. Hmm.
Ma'am, they are divided into two parts: primary meristem and secondary meristem.
Hmm.
Primary meristem only occurs in the embryo, and the secondary meristem, I think, I don't know.
Hmm. You didn't understand about the secondary meristem?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay,
Can I
you
show
should
the
have.
meristems based on position? I just want to check it.
So, what is happening in secondary meristem is primary meristem. They help in the growth of the young plants.
That's
When
ma'am.
they, when the plants we plant plants, right? After that they grow, right? They have the young shoot, young leaves, all that, and they mature. After that they mature, okay, and they kind of have permanent tissues, and those permanent tissue they have the capacity for them to divide is not there. So what will happen if they need division? The they for dividing, there will be secondary meristem, which the permanent tissues, right, from next to that new meristem will be forming, and they will redifferentiate. That means they will redifferentiate. That means permanent tissue will again start dividing. Okay, so that is secondary meristem, and this happens in the lateral meristem, which will increase the thickness of the stem and the roots. When you see the older plants, right, the root and the stem will be very thick, right? And this is the work of secondary meristem. Okay,
okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
understood? Now, based on the plane of
But
cell
I
division,
didn't get the point. Like, ma'am, for based on origin, like if it occurs in the embryo, how is that related to the primary
yeah,
meristem?
embryo, there will be a root and the shoot part, right?
Yes, I understand.
In the embryo, there is radical root part and the
Oh, yes, ma'am.
shoot
Ma'am, the
part.
basic, ma'am, the seed basically.
Yeah, from seed they are dividing. From there they are dividing. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then based on the plane of cell division, who will answer this? This is very simple. Arham.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, answer me based on planes of cell division.
What, ma'am?
Based on plane of cell division, how is meristematic tissue classified?
How Maris null planes?
See, can you see the display? I mean the screen. There are
What?
three types. There are three types, right? Mass
Yes.
meristem, plate meristem, and rib meristem.
Yeah, I said it.
So, yeah, in the mass meristem, what will happen? Cells right here, they will divide in all the planes, all the directions. Okay, and because of that, the cell will increase in size, and that's why they are called mass meristem. And here in the plate meristem, they only divide in two planes, okay, and in the rib meristem only one plane,
Plane.
okay. Everyone understood?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Sharia.
Ma'am,
Sharia.
uh,
Yes.
ma'am, in rib meristem, when they divide horizontally or vertically?
Whichever that,
Ma'am?
a particular one direction.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, like vertically only.
No, it's not like vertically only and horizontally only. It's either
Okay,
or,
ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
only one.
Ma'am, I didn't understand the mass meristem plate, and now can you explain it again? I can't understand what you mean by planes.
Plane means the division, right? I mean the direction. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So in the mass meristem, they divide in all the direction. In
Oh,
the
okay.
plate meristem, only two, and in the rib, only one. Okay, understood. Sharia, you are there?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm there.
Yeah. Can you tell me anything? Summarize this today's class, or any one thing you understood? Okay, what are tissues, Sharia? You're there, right, Sharia? Who will summarize? Because time is getting over. I'll start next class, the
And what do we
permanent.
have to summarize?
Today's class.
Ma'am, can I do it?
Okay, Advita.
Yeah, so environment today's. Ma'am, can I refer to my notes for that?
Yes.
Ma'am, so in today's class, we learned about what a tissue is. And ma'am, a tissue is like a group of cells that have same structures and functions, and together they form a tissue. And then ma'am, plant tissues of two types: meristematic and permanent tissue. Meristematic cell is further divided into apical, lateral, and intercalary cells, whereas permanent tissue is further divided into single and complex cells. And the single is then divided into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, and complex is divided into xylem and phloem. And then we learned about the characteristics of meristematic tissues, and then we learned about apical, intercellary, and lateral, and how apical is responsible for the growth through length, lateral is responsible through growth in the breadth, and intercellary helps in the regrowth or regenerating the plants. And then we learned about on base of origin, which is of two types, primary and secondary. And for primary, it contains apical and intercellary, and a secondary includes just the lateral meristem. And on base of cell division, we learned about mass meristem, plate meristem, and rib meristem. And this is on the basis of on which directions they grow in. And mass is in all directions, plate is in just two directions, and rib is in just one particular direction.
Okay. Very good. Perfect. So everyone understood, right? Sharia, Shazan,
Yes, ma'am.
Homi, Arham. Yeah. Everyone understood? Okay. So next we'll talk about the simple tissues. They are made up of only one type of cell. Simple tissue, permanent tissue, what are permanent tissue, what will happen here is these cells become
Mom,
structurally,
they don't have the ability to divide.
yeah, and functionally specialized. Okay, lose the ability to divide. So in permanent tissues, what will happen? Cells become structurally and functionally specialized, and they lose the ability to divide. Okay, and they are further divided into two categories, that is simple permanent tissue and complex tissue. Okay, in the next class we'll talk about this in detail. Okay, any doubts? Okay, thank you guys. Bye bye.